Cherry Bomb Toys, a local shop in a decent town, invited me over to talk about a new figure variant they were involved in. This is not as much a review as it is a tabletop chat, and I hope you find it as interesting a change of pace as I did. So pull on your conductor's hat and yank on your steam whistle as we take a look at Mastermind Creations KM01X. Hello everybody, this is Chris Ho, known as Vangelus on YouTube here at Cherry Bomb Toys. I'm joined by B.
Hey guys!
Wave to the camera.
Hello camera!
You can still see our hands.
That's my hand.
We're sitting here playing with our trains. I am driving the red one into the black one, and unfortunately the red one is more fragile than the black one, so I think it's going to win. But you know what's missing?
Well, the black one is cooler looking though. I'm going to throw that out there.
I do like the black one the most.
I mean,
for the bronze and stuff.
Yeah, it's old-timey all the way. But
But,
what's missing? What are we missing?
What's missing is another one as durable as this. Because this one, I've said it in my review, this was a massive, massive improvement over the
original.
The original, yeah. Like all the different little construction fixes. I mean, it still has this thing where I keep picking it up by the front of the cow catcher and splitting the cow catcher open. But
cow catchers are fun. That's how you get free beef.
I love cow catchers. It's also got the improvement on the hands with the actual little pegs here instead of having crazy little tooth clip gimmicks. So
awesome. I mean, these guys really thought everything out. They're all over it.
yeah, so
I love it.
we need another one as durable as that.
Well, let me just happen to show my awesome new toy.
Wait, you have
picked up.
How did you get a new toy?
Well,
That's not right.
yeah, I know. My wife was really nice.
Oh,
She
man.
bought me a new toy. But this new toy, everybody's going to be able to buy.
I don't have that.
I know. Well, you'll be able to. At our 8th Hobby and Toy Fair that we're hosting in October 16th, we're going to be showcasing this new Ultimate Knight Morpher Shattered Glass Edition. So it's going to be a really nice looking version of these two, but evil.
Now, you're showing me a box,
I'm showing
and
you a box.
if this is the toy, I just gotta tell you, this doesn't look like a train.
I know.
It's like a box.
It looks like a box.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to tease you a bit. But here
Hot
we
damn.
go. Look at this beauty.
Alright, so
Get out of the way! Get out of the way!
this thing is basically the same mold as the Annihilator in that it's got all the improvements.
Exactly.
So there's no worry about having another case of the poor commander here.
Poor
He's
Commander.
been relegated to the train tracks.
Yeah, he's being retired. He's going to be turned into a park. But as we have it, this beauty, this evil-looking little train here, very nice. What they've done is they've done a trans-purple clear back cab. So it's almost like, you know, this evil Morpher is just basically sucking up so much energon that he's just going glowing purple.
Yeah, and that was a really cool thing I saw when I took a look at this the first time. This thing is literally the quote-unquote trailer is fully transparent, which adds this different kind of look to it. Because if you pop it open, you can see the paint apps through it here. It's a really neat effect. You can see my hand through it. Holy crap!
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. And then you get all this great detailing, like the other ones do. But then it just kind of shows up better with that insert or paint on the outside, which makes it nice.
Even the shield is transparent.
Yes.
The cannon's transparent. So the upside of this one is that it gives you a completely different visual effect, which I kind of dig, because once you do a figure a third time, it can get a little bit tiresome.
Yeah,
So-
most people will be like, that's it. You know, you're just
Yeah.
trying to, you know,
Because
cash cow.
they've done the proper color scheme, and they did the evil one. So it's kind of like, what else are you going to do? And doing Shattered Glass, just doing Shattered Glass, is still, to me, not really a guarantee of like, oh, this is interesting now. Because Shattered Glass is also 3 years old. So
Yeah.
the concept itself isn't going to sell things on its own.
No.
So doing little things like, well, for one, using the better mold, and then for two, using some transparent plastic, which I don't think Mastermind has done.
No, I think this is
on
the
this
first
level.
time. This is
Because I mean, there's little bits of transparent in here, but
Yeah,
a
with the
full-on
red.
transparent piece like this, I haven't seen from them.
No, these guys they're definitely, it's cool because getting involved with this company, at first we were a little concerned because, you know, it's a third party and you're not quite sure how well it's going to go, but then we looked at the product and we're like, wow, it's amazing. These guys have looked and considered every detail, and they're like, you know, any good company will look at any of their issues and they'll just go, okay, how can we make this better? How can we make this stronger? And so they do that, and they listen to the fans, and they listen to, you know, hey, this is cool, let's work on this piece. And every accessory that's in there, I was totally impressed that you can actually use it. It's not just something that's dead weight.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, you can actually turn the cannon into a jetpack, or you can put the shield on his arm or in his hand. And then, like you showed, those extra hands are on the bottom there. So you can have it, you know, showing off the lance, or like he's pushing forward, or same with the sword. You can have him holding the sword and the shield. And
yeah, because have you messed with this mold before, or is this your first time messing with it?
This was actually my first time. Like, I saw the first two, and I was like, hey, these are cool. I really like the black one. And then they brought this one out, and I was like, oh, this is pretty. I like this. This is pretty cool. And this, to me, this whole idea is that, you know, like, you've got your good guy commander who's like the ultimate good and the representative of true goodness, and then you've got this guy, which is the complete opposite, and he's just pure evil, and he'll just, you know, wreck shop like nobody's business.
I will say the only thing lingering on this mold that is still a thing for me is getting these arms open.
Yeah, that's one thing I found that was super stiff. The arms were a little tricky.
Not as stiff as on this one, though, I can tell you that much.
Oh man, yeah, I've heard some issues. Like,
yeah, the actual prime colored one was a real scary ordeal for a lot of folks, especially at the BotCon when everyone bought them, and then if you didn't open yours right away, you saw the growing graveyard at TF Source of like returned ones. And I was really worried because it was such a good design.
Yeah.
I messed with mine a bit, and I was like, this design is great. I really am. It's a shame that it got hit with those kind of problems of build quality. And I've always said, like, I always say these things, and you're like, why are you talking nuts on Mastermind? I say this because they improved so much with the Annihilator.
Yeah.
I've not actually seen a third party go back and do such an overhaul to one of their molds in past, like not even some of the top tier ones. Like Fans Project has done tweaks to City Commander, TFC Toys has re-released Battle Roller a few times, but neither of those were toys that had such a history behind them of somewhat infamy. Well, and a lot of third parties who put out a crappy toy, they tend to just leave it behind and start doing new things. I mean, like, not to drop names, but like Crazy Debbie does the Predaking parts, and they do have the Predaking wings that really can mess up the G1 toy. And so they add in this extra piece, but there wasn't them like this one. This Annihilator had a real feeling of like, no, we're gonna actually, because the Predaking thing was a pack-in, and you know, it's not like it was really something that you have to go back to them to see the improvements. You just get it. You get this extra piece. These guys do up a full redeco that, by its nature, as a black repaint, might not really even interest people. But it felt kind of like they were doing it just to make the point that, like, we can actually improve this, and we're gonna.
And that's huge. I mean, I found that with the third-party stuff, looking at some of it, and especially owning a shop and looking at, hey, do I want to bring this in, and is this going to cause me problems? You know, how many issues am I going to have to deal with customers where, you know, hey, this piece fell apart, or, you know, this is kind of flimsy, and you have to emphasize on the fact that, hey, it's not a real transformer. It's a third-party company, so the plastics aren't going to be as thick, and it's not as durable. But with
it's always a bummer when you got to say that too, because you're like, well, you know, it's really cool, but I guess I got to say it's not as cool as you might hope it is. Yeah, that's the worst thing.
It looks pretty, but that's all it does. But no, these guys, I think, when we started talking to Mastermind and they showed us their product, we were like, okay. Yeah, first we were a little skeptical, but when we started playing with it, we were like, wow, these guys, they know their quality, they know what they're doing. And they definitely have showed us what is capable of a company that, you know, wants to make robots.
Yeah. So some of the differences on this dude, while I'm messing with them, is Mastermind's always been really good at doing light piping, and I suppose one of the bummers is this dude actually doesn't have full-on light piping, but he does have a translucent green, so he isn't reusing really any kind of deco schemes from these last two. He's got a dead matrix. I forgot if the black one had dead matrix colored that same way or not. I'm gonna pop the front of it. Nope, his was actually a lot more gold. So,
old-timey, steampunky. Hey.
Yeah. So the Shattered Glass one has a lot of different paint apps, and the other thing, this is something that's so minor. I'm the only one who's going to care about this, but they didn't even reuse the entirely same pattern from the Annihilator on the gun. This one has, aside from silver rings, it has an extra ring along the bottom here. So what it says to me is that it's not a case of let's just take the paint map from the last one and change some colors. There's still some unique paint mapping on the Shattered Glass one, so it doesn't feel phoned in really either. Between that and having the giant translucent trailer.
yeah, you're just like, whoa, awesome. But we'll be selling these at our toy show, but we will be doing pre-sale orders for them as well. And we're also going to do an extra exclusive, because these are going to be available for our toy show. we're also going to work together with Render Forms, and we're going to do a very low run of additional axes that you'll be able to plug into his hand. And Render Forms has made some really nice pieces, and they showed us some of the quality of accessories they've done. And we're going to have like something that would fit this Prime, or not Prime, but Knight Morpher. Sorry, my bad.
What's the Prime?
I don't know. I think it
sounds like some kind of
a TV show,
first-party product. I don't even know what you're talking about.
This is crazy. Anyway, we're going to have an extra weapon that will be available again through pre-order and at the show. And it will come with it, and like a super short run. They're only, the nice part, another aspect we looked at is because it's an exclusive, we want to make sure that this truly is an exclusive, and there's only going to be 500 units of this one made, and that's it. With the other two, there was 2,000 of each, and that's why you can still find, you know, some of the black one out there, and maybe the odd. I
actually didn't know the numbers on these guys. That's interesting too.
They did 2,000 of each, and this one they said, you know, we're only going to do 500, and that's it. And then we said, okay, well, because this is such a low run, and then with the axe aspect, we may only make 100 or 200 axes tops, and then there will be a price difference. Obviously, we're going to do 130 will be the regular price for the Knight Morpher, scattered glass. Scattered
glass everywhere.
Scattered glass everywhere. You're going to be so excited. Things will be exploding. No, yeah, so 130. If you do a pre-order, then you get $10 off, and that's 120. And we're also going to throw in a free early bird ticket with your purchase of the pre-order of this piece. So it's a $10 saving on that, and an extra 10. So
and it's a fun show too.
Oh, it's awesome.
I mean, I've done videos for 2 of them now. It's it's a good time.
And it's, I mean, this one we're going to take the whole arena, and we're putting in a kind of a carnival aspect to it, and it's a Halloween show. And so basically, it's just going to be super all-out crazy fun, and we're going to have like as many customizers there as we possibly can. So there's going to be a lot of crazy Transformer stuff going on. We kind of want to build up the show to the point where we can have like a West Coast TF Con to a sense.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of Canadian Transformers fans have been saying, and even I've heard from TF Con guys, they've said, wish there was something that cool happening out west so that, you know, we could come out and you know,
and here it is. Yeah. You know, we want to make it so that you guys have a reason to come to our little island and play away and do your thing, and yeah, and then exclusives. So we're tossing those in there and making it super fun.
I've got a couple more little differences I wanted to point out on these guys too.
Oh yeah, the swords.
The swords, the shattered glass sword, it's got a kind of a silver core to it and a black blade, which is all interesting and badass, which is neat because the Annihilator had a kind of black thing with a silver rim, so it looked like the blade was the physical part. On this one, it looks like the blade is some kind of crazy, like onyx whatnot kind of thing going on. And it's a lot more evil than this because this totally has a gold hilt. That's a black hilt. Black hilt's twice as evil.
Right.
And the mortar cannon I wanted to show off as well because you can actually see the lance inside it, which is again one of the cool parts of this translucent plastic. And another very minor difference from the other 2 Knight Morphers is that this one actually has a paint app on the hilt of the lance. So this lance actually has a different color scheme than either of the other 2 because they're both like a solid gray, solid black. This one's got a purple hilt or guard on the front, and it has that awesome thing from the Annihilator, which is a little cap, a little mushroom cap to prevent damage to the tip. I love that bit. Yeah, and also the jetpack, translucent jetpack. Another after effect. This translucent plastic really makes this one actually have a lot more interest than it would have just being solid purple, I think.
Yeah, I think it definitely, like, I had some Energon cubes that I just tossed them in there, and it just adds to it. Totally.
Yeah.
I think I still have
kicking around over there. Yeah, this. I mean, this is going to be when I talk about this toy. The main thing I'm going to say about it is that the reason to look at this is the translucent plastic. Like that's the biggest draw to this one, I think, because it's how you add this completely different visual effect. And like you get this jetpack in place, and this dude totally has a translucent jetpack. So I kind of dig that.
It's kind of almost like everything's powered by pure Energon.
Yeah.
It's like I'm eating so much Energon.
He looks unnatural in a cool way,
which is awesome.
So yeah, this dude is going to be available at the Cherry Bomb.
It will be available on our at the toy show. What will happen is we'll be putting up pre-orders on our website, cherrybombtoys.com. And as I was saying, there'll be regular price for the regular version is $130, and if you do pre-order, it's $120. And then there will be the Axe Edition, and that will be a very low run, and then that will be 150 or 140 if you do the pre-order. And we're expecting, as soon as we launch this, we're expecting it to go pretty crazy. I think we're not going to have a lot left at the show, but if you can't do the pre-order, then like I said, it's going to be 130 or 150 for either one.
Okay.
So like, just send us an email, or you can just check our website and order through there, and have lots of fun playing with some robots.
Yeah, get some more trains. And another bright side to this, if you've got the other two, you get another section of track. Sweet. So you'll have 6 of these, and I don't know, maybe that'll excite you. Kind of excites me, but that's because I like trains.
Trains are fun. The Energon's not part of it, but it just, showing off what it looks like with the Energon.
Yeah. Oh, the Energon, you can pick it up if you like. You can make your own.
Do whatever you like.
Do some moonshine homebrew Energon. You'll be all set. So I guess that'll do it for this little chat and first look.
Awesome.
At the Shattered Glass Commander.
Very cool. Well, thanks, Vangelus.
Yeah, no worries. Hopefully this turned out all right. My apologies if our sound was not too good, because I've not done something all cool and chatting in front of a camera like this to this level before. So
there we go. We're messing with something new.
I'm noobing out like anyone picking this thing up is.
Oh, we forgot to mention these lovely little brackets that you
right. You wanted to see how this worked, right?
Yeah, right. That's a sword sheath.
Yeah, here, I'll show you how this works.
And then there's one for the lance, and he comes with these great little
you want to tell the story about the visor? Because I remember the first time I came by here, you're like, yeah, there's a visor piece, right?
Yeah, it's awesome because we've been messing with it for a little bit, and then basically what happened was Vangelus was looking at it and checking it out, and then all of a sudden I was like, hey, did you see the visor? And he's like, what visor? I'm like, isn't it in there? And he's like, no. And we empty up the bag, and apparently when we were messing around with it at home, it fell out of the bag. So be very careful. This very, very tiny little piece will almost disintegrate if you're not careful.
If you don't look at it the right way.
Yeah, it will just go poof.
It'll vanish.
So keep your eyes for that.
This little bracket thing you can stick. There's actually 3 holes in the back that can take it, but I forgot how to. These 2 are kind of hard to plug it into because of all this stuff around there.
Yeah.
So I forgot how to do that. I'm noobing out. But you can just stick the thing through there.
Nice.
And
nice.
so it's kind of stored, and the sword one works the same. Although
same way.
The scary thing about the sword one is that I remember this now from the Annihilator, is that it clips around this part of the blade, and you can't slide it on. You actually have to clip it on, which is kind of scary to do because there's a lot of friction there. Although on the bright side with this one, since the painted part is on the inside, you aren't clipping this onto paint like you are on the Annihilator. And I know the sword's it feels quite durable.
It is. It's pretty solid.
Friction clips like these always kind of freak me out because I always just know I'm going to be the one who does it the wrong way and breaks the tooth off or something.
And you're like, suck.
But it's another option, which is great.
I love it.
It means you can mount all the weapons on this dude with no
problem.
Yeah.
Fully armed. Yeah, when I was transforming it, like you said, there were some things. It's very stiff. I had some, getting used to how it works and the head. I actually found that sometimes the head would. It can come off very easy. It's a ball joint, but because of the clear green there, you just push it in and it's back on super tight. And they actually painted his eyes nice and red.
Yeah, this is the first one, I believe, with painted eyes. Although that's by no means a slight on the other 2, because the other 2, as I showed in my videos, have just scarily good light piping. So this feels like a neat experiment. I know this is following the Shattered Glass look as well. Although I kind of wish he just had light up green eyes.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Because these guys, these guys know how to light pipe. If there's one other accessory that I kind of wish they had the budget to make, it would be something so he could actually hold the little matrix.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because
hold it in his hand.
Yeah, because it is removable, which is really neat. But I wish there was some way for him to hold it without too much kind of balance or just kind of putting it precariously on his fist.
Yeah.
But that's a budget thing too, and especially on a limited run of 500, expecting a new piece is not something I'm going to actually hold out for.
Yeah, they still did a pretty good job, I think, with everything in general.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What they did.
It's got a great look to it. I'm just checking out some of the colors here. I think that the bronze is even it's more of a gold than a bronze.
This is more compared.
Because this dude, the Annihilator's got quite a bronze going on, and this Shattered Glass one is way more gold. So
yeah,
it looks a lot more regal, which works with this. Yeah,
he's a classy villain.
He's like Prince Nasty, Purple Rain.
Oh, there you go.
Places.
Somebody knows something going on.
Anyway, we should probably cut this short because we're running up on 19 minutes on raw footage.
All right.
So thank you very much for the chat.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for coming in.
Maybe we'll come by again sometime.
Maybe show off the 7-foot prime that we've got behind you.
Oh yeah, the one. I think you might be able to see his foot if I lean back a bit. I'm not sure.
It's a fully wearable costume.
I say if I lean back a bit, and while I'm saying this, I'm probably showing a full-on lavish shot from the bottom up of this Optimus Prime statue.
Awesome.
This is our first time filming here, and maybe we'll come by again.
Always welcome. Anytime you want. We got a big Transformer section.
And they got actual lights, which is better than what I can say I've got.
Wow.
So,
awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris. Have fun. Hands. Woo.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
You could just say, like, hello, this is a toy.
Hi, this is a toy. I made it myself. It's made out of plastic.
I love plastic.
Plastic is fun.
Fantastic.